Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info/Thoughts video. So, a happy 4th of July to all of my American supporters, hope you're having a great day, and I thought this would just be a nice opportunity in the meantime to catch up on some SimGuru Q&A involving curved pools, cars, university, and other fun stuff. So let's just get right into this. When SimGuru Grant was asked whether cars could be added in with university or bringing back open world like in The Sims 3, he says that open world isn't really a possibility at this point, but cars and university are certainly possibilities. And in regards to cars, SimGuru Grant also says, "We know you guys want them, and we have some neat ideas, but who knows?" And that's all I needed to hear. Thanks for watching. No, but seriously though, if you've been watching me for a decent amount of time, you probably know that I want cars back very badly. They're my most wanted feature, actually, in terms of free updates. And, I mean, yeah, like, cars aren't just things to take you from point A to point B. They can really signify key moments in your life. So, like, especially learning how to drive, getting your first car, or just striking it rich and getting like a fancy Lamborghini or something. And there was also the fixer-upper car that they had in both The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, so that was like a fun little hobby to do on the side. So there's still plenty of reason to include cars, even though The Sims 4 is not open world. And we did get cars first in the series through The Sims 2, which was even more closed off than Sims 4 is. And, well, with University, I think University is a given. We might even get it this year, because if we get another expansion pack by the time 2018 is over, I think it is very likely that would be that said expansion. And I would just be very scared if University was not a possibility at all, especially considering that we have the vacation worlds. University is not really a vacation world. It's kind of the opposite in in one way, at least. I mean, it's like a vacation world in the sense that it's a separate sub-world that branches off of the main world, but you're working, basically. You're working on getting good grades instead of taking time off, but still, they have that fundamental system of having sub-worlds, so it'd be very weird to me if they couldn't figure out University for The Sims 4 when they've already done it with Sims 2 and Sims 3. And University is such a popular request. I think it would be the most popular pack request now that Seasons is said and done. And if we do get another expansion pack this year, then it makes more sense as to why they decided to ditch the quarterly teasers, because they never announced expansion packs first through the quarterly teasers. They always did the full reveal first, and then later on they would actually show the expansion pack in the quarterly teaser when it's about to come out. But yeah, so it would make sense that they would change the marketing strategy if they managed to actually pull off more than one expansion pack a year again, like they did with Get to Work and Get Together. And on the whole no open worlds or even open neighborhoods thing, I'm not really surprised that SimGuru Grant has said that it's not really compatible with their code architecture, and it, yeah, just seems like it would be something that they would have to rewrite the entire game for, and that effort would probably be better to just bring back open neighborhoods with The Sims 5 instead of spending so much time trying to remake The Sims 4 into something completely different. Another thing that Grant addressed was whether we could have 3 columns in Create a Sim instead of just 2. Because, yeah, I agree with Purple Cheshire. It is quite hard to go through everything if you have every pack, and even though there's a mod for it, it would be good to have it officially, or even choosing an option of how many columns we want. And Grant's response is that we were just discussing the other day how we need to revamp our CAS UI and maybe parts of build mode to account for people with a lot of packs. I don't have a solution or a time frame, but it's on the radar, so to speak, and that's really good to hear, because especially in light of everybody getting the hot weather and cold weather categories, the icons for the categories, in my opinion, look a little scrunched together now. Like, look at this footage that I have when I was doing my CAS overview of all the stuff in Seasons without the 3 columns CAS mod in. And then look at this footage from Sleet Winter's Create a Sim video that I put up just this morning with the 3 columns cast mod in, and everything just looks a bit nicer and more spread out. And then, yeah, it is a little bit easier to see all of the stuff that I have. And because of that, I consider the mod more essential now than it was before we got the Seasons patch. I already thought making just 2 columns was a weird decision in the first place, but especially now, I think they really need to do this and put it in through a free update. Grant also addressed the requests for color wheels, and he says, as we've said, there are no plans to do the color wheel for clothing or objects for The Sims 4. He does not go in depth as to why, but I'm guessing it's a pretty similar reason as to why there won't be open worlds in The Sims 4, just not compatible with their code architecture. And it's too bad. A color wheel outside of Create a Pet for at least a couple of other things would have been nice and could have extended the life of the game a bit more. But yep, I guess that's just not meant to happen, and another thing where we have to hope that the next main Sims game will have. And another thing that's not going to happen are hybrid occults, because SimGuru Grant says we've deliberately avoided hybrids because they create a bazillion issues and are very hard to upkeep. When thinking about making a game that lasts for 5, 10, 15 years and will have dozens of expansions, the combinations just start to not work. In The Sims 2, it was a mess. Yeah, it's too bad. I would have really loved to have hybrid occults in The Sims again, but I can understand his explanation. I mean, just look at how many bugs Seasons introduced, and then put in hybrid occults into that situation, maybe even having some crossover with Patchy and Lightning Benders. Yeah, oh geez, that would just be a glorious train wreck. SimGuru Grant also talked about religion in The Sims, and he says, religion is a very complex and nuanced culture, and there are thousands of them. We do not want to have any stances on any religions, as that is not really our place as game creators. And he also says that there would be no way to do it appropriately. And yeah, I guess that makes sense. There are some things in the game that can kind of, sort of be connected to religions, like going to a holiday ceremony and the fasting traditions in Seasons, but there's no, like, full-on joining a religion, so that's what I'm sure he's talking about here. And yeah, The Sims is really like this global game, and I can understand that they don't want to appear too biased towards any one religion. Something that could happen, though, are curved pools and walls, because SimGuru Grant says that it's definitely on our list of things to figure out. We've had curved pools before, so I think it's only a matter of time before we'll get those back. But curved walls? I'm not really sure about that, though at the same time it is a little bit crazy in my opinion that we're 4 games in and we're still stuck with the angled walls. We can't just make round ones, so hopefully that is something that can be put into the game, whether it's in The Sims 4 or in a future installment. Disabilities and accessibility was also addressed by SimGuru Grant, saying that it would not be too hard to animate things like wheelchairs and transfers, that it costs something, sure, but there are a lot of clever ways to do things and solve it. It's a matter of planning and solving. I'd like us to figure it out. And that it is an important thing for EA. More and more, we're recognizing how much better we can do this. He also has ideas on how to do Simlish Sign Language, where it would probably be a dab of ASL to abstract a lot of different socials. And it would be interesting to see this represented in The Sims, as long as it is done in an accurate way and in a way that doesn't discriminate them, where it doesn't make disabilities and accessibilities look like weakness. And that wraps up another Sims Info/Thoughts video, so let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of these ideas that SimGuru Grant discussed. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!